Hi all, it's Kylie from Kylie's Cardcraft. Thanks for joining me again today. Back to our altered book. Promised you all I'd get it finished. I'm back onto it. But I also want to cross-reference this one today with the hashtag that Cori Dahmen's doing at the moment, which is hashtag Little Bits of Lace 2024. Now, she's been doing it all for the month of January. I'm a little bit late on the uptake. I've had it written in front of me all month. And you know I love lace, and I have to use it at some stage, so we're doing it today. But I wanted to show you a few other different bits and pieces. This is what we're going to be creating. So, I don't know if you can see that flip over. It's still light enough to write on, so it looks like lace. What I've actually done is I've got a piece of lace here that I've coffee dyed or tea dyed. I can't remember which one now. I've got quite a bit of this. And it was just a wide piece of lace. But sometimes you don't want to actually put a full lot of lace and attach it in your page, but you want that look, okay? So what I've done with this is I've actually popped it in my photocopier and printed it out, just on normal white copy paper. That's it, just normal white copy paper, so that it gives me the same look without having the bulk of the lace or trying to find a way that's going to work perfectly in adhering it into my book without the glue showing through or anything else. So this way I get that. I get this beautiful image as a background, and it's still light enough and now flat enough for you to actually journal on the other page. Now, I will be, not this one because this one had an edge to it, so I've re-scanned it. I've scanned this and I will have it in my coffee shop shortly, if not now, when you see this video. I'm hoping to do it today. But yeah, it is beautiful. So that's what we're working with today, but the photocopied version, which is this. And all I've done with it is that I've gone round and trimmed around. Now, when I first started trimming around, I wanted all these nice little fluffy bits here, so I trimmed around all those. It was too wide then for my page. This is a standard Reader's Digest for those of you that remember episode 1, many moons ago. So I've then taken it down to that next line. But that was just what I had to do. So depending on the size of your book, you know, you might want it that way anyway to have this beautiful border going down the side. So first things first, I have gone round my page and I'll pull out the other one because we all know I'm doing 2 of them. I've gone around my page and inked all the way around with my brushed corduroy just to give me a darker stain, because this one's not going to cover the complete page like some of the earlier ones. And my left-hand page, I've actually adhered down. He's done because I want him just for journaling. So that's fine. What we're going to work on is our right-hand side page. So that's this one. It's cut to size. I've inked around it lightly. My brushed corduroy needed re-inking. Normally I do that of an evening before I go to bed, so it's got time to seep in. And it really needed re-inking, so I've just done that, which is why this side's a little bit darker, and I've just touched an edge to it. So this is what we're going to be working on. This is going to sit in here, but it's going to go in at the end. So I'm just going to sit this one here. I can move that. I can get that one over, and I can move that. Right, there we go. So what I want to do with this page is a couple of things. You know I love my envelope flips. I want to pop an envelope flip in here. So I want this to sit in here because I want this to hold little bits of lace. So if you'll see on the original one, when we open it up, we've got little bits of lace all tucked in to our pocket, like sample bits that you used to be able to get. I don't know if you still can. Right. So that's that. I'll move all that lace there. But I don't want this white, of course. Of course I don't want it white. Even though there's a bit of white, I want a little bit of colour on it. What I've also done then is I've got another bit of lace here. I love this lace. This is just the way it's come. It's a vintage piece of lace, so it's brown around the edges and all the rest. I haven't coffee dyed, tea dyed, or anything. This is just how it is. So what I did was I printed that out on copy paper as well, which is nice. And it shows me my lovely edges down here. And that's what I've done with this one. And I've used that. But I wanted to play a little bit more. So this morning before I came on, I then recopied it onto coffee dyed paper. Now I'm quite happy with that. It's a completely different look. Exactly the same lace. Just photocopied off. I haven't scanned this one. Let me know if you want a copy of this one as well. But it's not as interesting, I don't think. But I'm quite liking it on the coffee dyed paper. So I'm debating at this stage on which way I'm going to go. Because, so here's my initial thing. We'll move that lace. We will move that lace. I can pop him away now. Right, this is what we want sitting in here. Do I want it in those colours? And I quite like that. Or do I want it in those colours? It's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, really, isn't it? So let's do this one with the coffee dyed paper, the other one with just the normal copy paper, and then we've got it two ways. And we can make our mind up from there. I really like this edge up here. So I want about that, I'm thinking. So I'm going to pop that there, work out where I need to adhere that, because I really, really like this. I don't mind if I've got a little bit of nothingness there. So I'm going to move that across to work out exactly where I want to go. And I'm just lifting it up to my lights. I can take it over a little bit further. I'm going to make a mark just there. Now you'll also notice I printed it out on the lighter side of my coffee dyed paper. Okay, I don't know whether everybody does or it's just mine work out that way. I don't know. I get a darker side and a lighter side. It always gives me both options. So I've printed it out on the lighter side. Right, back to where we were, Kylie. So this is going to go there like that, isn't it? Other way around. I want my fold on that side because I want that on the edge. All right, so we're going to adhere this one down at the top against that pencil mark. All right. Oh, and I got to say thank you, everybody. I have hit the 5,000 subscribers. Thank you so much to each and every one of you. My heart's just bursting. It's just amazing. So I won't mention it again, but thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. You can see I've gone back to my double-sided tape. I'm just a little bit worried with the glues this summer. So I'm just giving myself that extra bit of oomph. So I'm still using my glue stick, but I'm just putting everything on edge with my double-sided tape. Just to, doesn't hurt. It's just to doubly make sure. Now I want to make sure I've got that on the right side again. So it's going to go that way. I'm going to add a little bit of glue, still in the centre. Like so. All right. That was my edge. That was my edge. This is going right against that. Against that. And down. Okay. Give that a good push in the centre where I have got that glue. Right, and then we can just trim around that. And again, because I don't need to wait for the glue to dry, I can just trim straight around that. I can use scissors or I can use my blade. This is me. We're going to use the blade. It's just there and there. Just careful if you're using your blade that you don't slice through any of the folded parts on your envelope. which is all of it, really, isn't it? So, trim that. Trim that. Move that that way. Pop that with those ones now because they are all finished. That'll go into my scraps bin. Yes, I like that. That is quite pleasant. Okay, a little bit of extra dark brushed corduroy still on my blending tool while I wait for the rest to seep in. So that's that one. Push those down at the edge. Now, as you can see from that, I don't iron any of my coffee dyed paper. When it comes out, I lay them under books until they're a little bit flat, and the next day they just go straight into my shelf and they stack up height-wise type thing. Portrait, up and down anyway. And then I just pull them out, and whatever's the flattest I will chuck in the printer. Now, this side, so this is going to go in here like that. And I like that. This side, I don't really want white either, do I? So what I'm going to do, and I was looking for a lace stamp. I wanted a lace stamp. Do you believe I can't find that I've got a lace stamp? I'm sure I have. But with all the squillions of stamps that I've got, I couldn't find a lace one. But what I did have in some of my new stamps from last week was in the Creative Expressions ones that I got from Which Craft Do You Do? There's this. Now, I may have used this last week as well. I love this. This is my new favourite stamp, which is actually not on... Oh, I'm going to say it's not on there. There it is. I love this stamp. This is just so gorgeous. And it works a treat. So, I'm just going to pop a little piece behind me. And I'm going to do this in a couple of different colours. So I'm going to use a really light colour first, which is Tree Branch. Okay, and I'm just going to take, I know, I always tell you to take your ink pad to your stamp, but I don't mind if it's a little bit mottled. And I want it up here. No, I don't. Wait, just bear with me. That's what I want. I don't want to go in that white bit with this. So, I'm going up there. Now, you'll need to push down fairly well where the seam of your envelope is. Okay? So you can see that this is lighter. And I'm just doing a few bits. Now I'm going to go over with a slightly different colour, and I might go sepia. So I've gone slightly darker. And I'll fill in that bit there. So that I've got a patchwork of colours. Like that. So I've still got my fabric going on, okay? And I've just gone with the darker colours into that. Now, with these, always just, see this? Always double check. Always double check. Now, this is just, I'll let you know the size, actually. It's just a little envelope I've got a pack of. I don't know, I collect envelopes like that. So it's not quite 3 inches by 4. They're just that cute little size. Just that cute, cute little size. Now, I had a pin here. Right. I'm just going to lift that up and make sure that all of that is actually down. That's that side. Right around there. And then I can push that down. Just so that it's permanently fixed. It's still nice and going in there. The other thing I want to do is, again, take out some of this starkness. So what I'm going to do with this one is with my blending brush and Again, I might go that tree branch. It's one of my favourite colours because it means that I can just slightly take off the white. You can see me just going in with my blending brush, just so that I'm taking off a little bit of that white, because it's only going to show up to here anyway. So now that white has gone. So I'll ink around the edges of that. Put one back in there, Kylie. And we'll go back to this one. I'm going to ink this side as well. And I want to take in these little bits. So I've just lifted it out. Again, if you're not keen on lifting it out, you're worried that your envelope might not be sturdy enough. And sometimes when we're using vintage envelopes, they are quite fragile. So the other thing you can do when you want to do that bit, sit your scrap piece of paper in and just go on your edges like that, okay? Because you're then controlling how heavy you're going onto it, and you're not trying to pull that envelope right out to ink in there, okay? So you can always do that, which gives that nice soft edge as well. Right, so that's that one. That's that one, and he's going to sit in here like that. I want to stamp up there. Now, I came across some of my other stamps looking around, and I have this one. Now, it's French, but I'm fairly certain that says fabric or something similar. It is now, anyway. And I'm sorry, I cannot remember where I got these stamps from. I've had them for 3 or 4 years, and I found them on Etsy. I can't remember. They are beautiful, absolutely beautiful. They're a really good quality, but that's not going to help you, is it, if I can't find them? I want this to go up here. But because I want to work out exactly where I want it to go, I'm actually going to attach this on first so that I can have this placed exactly where I want. Now, normally I would tell you to, if you're worried about your stamping, to stamp first before you add everything else, because then if you've mucked it up, you've only mucked up your base. But with this one, I'm going to use the stamping platform anyway. So, double-sided tape. Find the end. I'm going to pop 2 rows on here. Just down there. Trim that bit off. And I'm going to add another row. So I've just turned that round because I'm on a slight angle anyway. And we're going to go straight down there. Like that. And then I'm just going to trim off the excess. I don't need all of this sitting in there. I just need enough for it to catch. And you've got to remember it's going to be glued down to the actual page of the book anyway. Right, folding that up a little bit. This is where my page is going. I'm going that way. And I want it down a little bit, but just so that it's not poking out these ways. So that's why I tend to do it this way, so that I can see exactly that I've not come out the end anywhere. Push that, butt that right up, like so, and then fold this down. Okay, so there he is, he's on there. Oh, as I said before, we're going to stamp this one on. Again, I'm going to use my stamping platform. I find I'm using more and more and more these days, and I'm going to go this way because this, of course, I have a very little stamping platform, so things like this won't fully fit, but I just work my way around that because it's this section up here that I want. So I'm going to like that, so I know that this is straight, and I'm just going to pop my magnet there. This I want round about the centre, And I know that this line is straight with these stamps. I'm just going to double check and see whether I've got that straight. That's looking pretty good. Could go down maybe a tad bit that way. Let's have a look. Yep. Right. So with this one, what I want to do is a couple of different colours. So again, I'm going to use my tree branch. I'm going to use my morning mist, and I'm going to use a brown. So they're the three colours that I want to do. So I'm just going to do a base colour of this, which will be very light. Give that a push. You won't see it that much. Okay, can you see it at all if I lift that up? It's just there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a few areas, and I've just dabbed that on. I don't know whether that's in shot. I'm hoping that was in shot. All right, so now I'm going to go straight back down, and this is why I'm using my stamping platform. So now I've got some areas that have got the greys in them. Now I want a brown, so maybe that little bit in the middle. I want a little bit down here. Maybe a bit up there. So let's have a look. We can keep adding colours and all the rest as we go. It's going to stamp on exactly the same position each time. See how it's now getting darker with the different colours? I'd like this more into the grey, which is that top word. So I'm just literally going over that top word. Right. Going back down. There we go. See, I'm happy with that. If I lift that up. So I've got different colours going in and through, and it gives it that lighter feeling. Some of it's dipped away. Kind of looks like it's misstamped, or it's fading away. So, and that's why I've got a couple of different colours in there. It's just one of those things. You can do that with a stamping platform. Look, if you're really, really, really good, you can do it with just an acrylic block, but not with the rubber ones. Makes it so much harder. All right. So that's those ones. We can take this one off. So this is a nice quick one, I think. What am I up to? 27 minutes. Look at that. Right. No, that's not what I want. What I want is that. Okay. We can pop those ones back in their little drawer here so that I know where they are. And now we can actually attach this page to our book. So if we get our book, what we're going to do is adhere this in like so. That'll go in like that. So again, I'm going to use a combination of you know, double-sided tape and glue. So I've just got a glue page under there. We're going to lift that one up there, move him up. You should be in shot. Beautiful. And I want my double-sided tape. So what I'm going to do with my tape is, I'll go there because I've got a nice little end on that one. There. This side. All right. And then I'm going to pop two more down the centres. So where I've got these curves anyway, I'm just going to go from curve to curve. And round about curve to curve or close to. Okay. That one I might need to turn over to trim because I stuck him down a bit too heavy. There we go. All right, so we can push that down nicely, make sure it's all nicely in. Now pull these ones off, and then we're going to glue over the lot. Right, set that back on my page there. And I'm just going to glue the whole lot like I would have been normally if I was just using my glue stick. Okay. Now that whole thing is glued. Move that one out of the way. Now I'm going to go that way down because I've got an edge here, like so. And because the glue is on the double-sided tape, it allows you time to manoeuvre it, okay? And the easiest way, once we've got it slightly down like that, is to turn that over and give that a push. Because our book is becoming very chunky, it's flatter on this side, so we can roll it over it, go like that, and then push it all down. Right, so here we've got these bits. We need to add our lace. What I want to do is I want lace down this edge here and down that to make this a full double page spread, I suppose, in scrapbooking terms. Right. Now I'm also going to use my stamp bit to sit under here so that I don't inadvertently glue on the other pages. Now again, this is lace that's been coffee dyed or tea dyed, one or the other. And we're going to make sure that we're up the right way. And this is going to go right on that edge, just there. So we're just going to glue right on the edge. There it comes. If we can, maybe it wants to start down here. Here it comes. Don't think my lights are on full burst. So, because I've got quite a bit of shadow there. Right, so you can see I went well and truly over that. And that's why I put that there. Because I'm not the tidiest gluer. Just want that there, like that. That's literally going to run it down that edge. I'm going to fix those lights. Just like that. Okay. This lace worked really well for that gap. Just bear with me a moment. There's another one. Okay. Right. We're going to trim that bit off, and then I can do the other page. One bit. So now we're going to do this page. So I've swung it around to make it a little bit easier. You can see my glue everywhere there. I'm going to do the same thing. Sit that glue there like that. Oh yes, that's easy. That's better. I just didn't have one of the lights on properly. Okay, all the way up. Now this is just a fabric glue. It's the one I use all the time for my lace. This is literally just this fabric glue. Okay. Again, we're going that way. Pull that out, Kylie, before it sticks. And then I'm going to go that way. Right up up to the end though, Kylie. There you go. Down on that. Just follow it as you go. Okay. Oh, I hope you can't hear my stomach rumbling. Okay, that's going to be bad because I'm going to do groceries when I finish this. Maybe I need to eat something before I go do groceries. Oh, otherwise I could come home with anything, couldn't I? Right. My pin for that one has gone awry. We'll just sit that over there. Right, that's those ones. What I want on here is a little bit of a cluster. Now, I used this on my other one because I picked up all that white. Do I want to pick up all that white? Or do I want to now use that? Because I've got some of these in. Let's just pull that out. These are my, not necessarily my little bits of lace cut-off pieces. These are little doily type bits that I've either... No, I'm still going to use the white. I'm still going to use the white. So I'll put you down. Because the other bit that I want to use is this. Now this is pre-gathered, and that's how I've purchased it. So we're not going to, I'll trim that bit off. I'm going to use some of that in there. And I want one of my vintage buttons. So I have this container that sits on my desk. You'll have seen, if you watch one of my hauls, and I got that big sewing box type thing, and it was, the bottom of it was just full of buttons. So I'm slowly working my way through it. I've got through most of them, but each one is cleaned as I then sort. So this is just an odds and sods one that I leave sitting on my desk, which has given me lots of different varieties. I've either popped them on pins, so they're all metal ones, etc. But I love all these sorts of ones. So, and there's numerous different ones in here. I love all these. So look at these. So this is the one that I've used on the other one. Maybe I use something different this time. He's going to be too big on there. Anyway, he is nice though. He is nice. Oh, what's that one? No. You're a bit too white. You're a bit cool. So I'm thinking either that one or that one. I go with the flowers. I want to go with the flowers. So, what I'm going to do is actually stitch this onto here to start with, and then I'll glue it all down. Okay, so we're going to want stitch it with that one, I think. Nice and thick. Let's see what I've got over here that I can fit that through. Probably not that one. Most definitely not that one with my eyesight these days. All right, let's go to the thicker ones. Oh, hang on. I had a thicker one in here. I did, that one. All right, that's got a thicker eye on it. Which may work. I can't guarantee it's going to. I had a little needle threader and I broke it. How many times have we all broken those needle threaders? I ask you. All right, so this is going to go round about there. I'm not going to chop this off until I'm ready to glue it. So I'm going to pop that in there like that, I think. I'm just going to come up under. Now I'm going to stay on there because I'm going to tighten a knot underneath it. All right. Right, that's that. And again, back through. So I'm just picking up the stitching line in this. You can gather these wider ribbons, laces yourself, but yeah, this one came pre-gathered and is just beautiful. I love it. Couple more. Won't need too much. We're just holding it down more or less. One more, one through there, and then I'll go back through that and we'll tie the knot in it. Right. Pop that back before I lose that one. It's two in there. Just going to tie a knot in this. But that was a bit small. Just like I would tie a knot if I was doing a pamphlet stitch. So make him nice and tight. Trim off your ends. Right, now my first one, when I did it, I glued it on, then decided I wanted the button. So I actually had to sew the button on to the glued piece. So I'm just saying, don't do that. Do it this way. Because it was rather difficult. And I'll just give that a bit of a fishtail. And this one's going to finish about there. And all right. Give that just a little bit of a wonk. You know, I want it torn. There we go. How easy is that for a cluster? Really, it's just the easiest way to make a cluster. And they're just really little bits of lace and a button. You cannot go wrong with either lace or a button. Those two elements are just so easy to work with. All right, so I'm putting one lot of glue down for this guy. And he's just going to sit in there like that. Doesn't matter that I can see the glue in there because this one's now going to sit on top. So this one I'm having on an angle going across, so I can add a little bit more glue. And I want to really pop down that lace that is gathered, so the glue, and because it's cut, the glue will then hold that all in place as well. How's that? So I'm just squashing that in there. That is the easiest way to make a cluster. Truly, really. All right, set that fabric glue away. Now, I also want, pop that away, give me some space. Pop that one back away. And now I've got my little bits of lace. I'm looking at a little bit of lace on the top, but I also want some lace on the bottom. So we can pull out, that one will go inside. I like that actually. I'm just going to pull out my lace scrap bin, which is this one. I move my buttons. Don't put them somewhere where you're going to, here we go. That's that little piece that came off there. That'll tuck in as well. So this is my bits and bobs pieces. So they're just odd scrap pieces. And you'll see I've got that. I've got them coffee dyed. I've got old. See, that one's a bit nice too. Just a piece of that up there. That's actually quite nice. We might just tuck that one in. That's actually really nice, isn't it? I like that. It's a woman's prerogative. I'm allowed to change my mind. And I like how it's giving in there. That one's going to go there. And all I'm putting on with that one is paper clip. Okay. Does make it hard with the paper clips with the lace, especially this large cotton lace. I want to be able to see that with my knife. Where's my knife? There you go. It's not going anywhere. Like that. I like that. Right, so inside, I've got a little bit of this, I've got a little bit of this. That's the same one. We need something different. Let's have a look. Oh, I love lace. How could we not love lace? I ask you. A little bit of hearts, and that one, and that one. This will open up. And then we get to pop our lace samples in there. Nice and flat if we can. Otherwise, it's pretty good. Do we like that? I love that. I love, as you know, I love my lace. Anything to do with lace. So we've got that one, which is now more into the brown tones. And then we've got the original one I did, which is more into the white tones. Okay, so technically this is still the same, different buttons of course, and they are exactly the same colour. We ended up using the white one. It's toned this down and made this look a little bit deeper because of the darker background, I think. I like that. All right, thank you very much for that. One more page of our altered book done. Both books. I am working on them flat out. I'd like to say I'm working on them flat out now so that we can do our giveaway. I got a few pages to go, but oh no, I've got some pages in there partly done. So, you know, not as many as I thought. I will get it done. I promise. I promise. I promise. Before the end of February, maybe. So thank you all again for watching this. Don't forget, go into Little Bits of Lace while it's still going. I don't know how long it's going. And have a look at all the wonderful makes that everybody has made with their lace. And I hope you've enjoyed this for another page for our altered book. Till next time, happy crafting. Bye.